How to attract women without even trying.
Well, first things first, obviously I would read my book 3% Man, but there's also an article that I did years ago on how to attract. What was it? Fuck, I don't even remember what the damn article was. Okay. So there was an article I did several years ago. I think it was like 3 ways to seduce women or something like that. And so it goes into, I mean, if you think about from this perspective, it's really about setup in life. Whatever you do socially, whatever you do for fun, is that you should lose yourself in your hobbies and your interests when you're not working. And your social life should create the conditions where meeting new women who have similar goals and similar values is just part of that social activity. So it's like if you're into boating, you join a yacht club. If you are into golfing, you join a country club. If you're into rock climbing or you're into exercising, you join a gym. There's different types of gyms, and you can what is it, Equinox, I think, is the one that's like the most expensive, and so you're gonna have more of like a higher income, high net worth kind of people going to something like that, versus some of the other gyms that are like $19.99 a month or whatever it happens to be, and it's like cattle call with just like a ton of different people. And so the idea is when you're doing things you love and enjoy, or as an activity or just for fun or at a friend's barbecue in the weekend or whatever, you meet other like-minded people that share similar goals, similar values, maybe know similar people, and so it's the conversations flow better, and it's because you have more in common, similar people, plus it gives you social proof. And part of like what I go over in like 3 ways to seduce women, it's like there was an article I wrote, how to get women to approach you first. And I go into detail on that. And it's like just being in a high, because if you think about it from this perspective, if you already have plenty of women in your life, maybe you have a girlfriend or you're married, and most guys have had this experience that when they were single, it was hard to find girls interested in them. But it's like as soon as they got a girlfriend, it seemed like women everywhere were paying attention to them. Yep. And it's just because the vibe that you're already, somebody's draining your balls dry on a consistent basis, and you feel like you have enough. And when you're happy and you're satisfied in a relationship, there's other pretty girls around, but you're not drooling all over them or talking about them with your friends or whatever. You already have enough in your life, and women can sense that and they can feel that. And so if you're in a high traffic area, like say a bar or at a party or something, you're gonna be close to where people are coming to get their drinks, and you hang out with your 3 or 4 buddies there, and you focus on each other and making each other laugh and have a good time. And all the women are going to be walking by because they'll do laps, and plus they're coming over to get drinks. And what's different about the vibe that you and your friends give off when you're just having a good time together, it's the non-hungry vibe. And what happens is the women look around and they see all these dudes staring at them, groups of guys in the corner with no girls around, and they got their hand in their pocket and their other hand's got their beer in front of their chest, blocking their emotional center, and they're just staring down every pretty girl as she walks around, whereas you get this other group of guys by the bar, a high traffic area, where pretty much everybody that's there has to walk by them, just seemingly in their own world having a good time. The dudes in the corner, they got their hands in their pocket and their beer and their covering their emotional center. They're not really talking to anybody. They're just kind of staring everybody down, mostly the girls down, and kind of being weird and creepy about it. And there's this group of guys that are laughing and joking and having a good time. And then you look over, you make eye contact, and the girls are usually smiling. And it's just easy to say, hey, what are you girls up to tonight? And that's a simple opener. And then her and her friends come over and they start talking to you because you're like the only normal dudes in there, and all the weird, creepy guys are in the corner, and other people are maybe with their significant other, so they're taken, and because they'll come and start talking to you. And so it's really about setup. I mean, you can meet women by doing cold approaches out in public, but when you're doing fun things, social type activities with other like-minded people, meeting guys you become friends with and meeting women that you can date is just a side effect of being there and enjoying that activity. Just like if you work out a lot, and there's a lot of girls that like to work out as well at the gym, it's it's easy to meet girls that way. They're also fit and in shape. You work out at the same times. More than likely you have, similar work schedules or whatever, especially if you keep seeing somebody. And, after you see them a few times and you catch her checking you out, women come over and they put themselves into your orbit. And they'll sit across from you on a machine and stare at you while they're working out, hoping that you will do something. And they make it easy for you when they like you. And that's what happens. It's like you don't even have to try. You're just living your life. You're at the gym. You're at the yacht club. You're at the country club having a beer with some people. And a bunch of girls come over, or the husbands come with their wives. And the wives have single girlfriends that are there as part of the group as well, because they all like to golf. And it's just, the groups of people mingle. And since you're part of the group, you already have social proof. And it's a much easier experience versus just doing cold approaches in public. So that's the kind of philosophy that you want to have towards attracting women without trying. They find you. They hear about you. They see you having a good time.
Yeah, that's actually a way better philosophy to do it than trying to do a cold approach every single woman, because it's just...
Well, you just kind of have a lot more rejection when you do that.
Yeah, it's just not as, fun. You're not living you're just focusing... You're predicating everything on, just getting women. You're going to have a good time if you get the women. But if you're just having a good time...
And plus, most of them are not going to be into you, so you're going to deal with a lot of rejection, whereas if you're hanging out at the country club or the yacht club or your friends barbecue because you all like watching football together, and there's a bunch of dudes there, and the dudes are bringing their girlfriends or their wives, and their wives or girlfriends, hot single friends from work or whatever, and it's just... Everybody's having a good time. They're into the same thing. They all love football. It's very easy to talk and get to know people versus, some random stranger on the street hoping to have that kind of connection. And so it's like it's like where you fish. If you want to catch a certain type of fish, you got to go fish in the spots where those fish are known to be.
Yeah, I personally think it's kind of awkward, too, as well. If you're, just hanging out or it's just some random person comes up to you and they're like, hey, how are you? My name's so-and-so. Can I get your number? I'm like, I don't know anything about you. I've never seen you before. I don't want to, And it's different when you see them out and you know them, at the gym or, with their friends and stuff. You see them interacting, so you kind of get a feel for their personality and how they are and how they work, rather than just somebody cold calling you.
But if you're a pretty girl like you and you decide to cold call a dude at the bar and you go over and you go, hey, would you like to share a creme brulee with me? Which was one of Jade's pickup lines.
Well, I kind of was sitting with his friends, so I saw him with his friends and saw him interacting.
And one of his friends was hitting on you that was kind of a putz?
Yeah, he was definitely a putz. It was... Bleh.
So you went and hit on his friend and went home with
his friend actually paid for my dinner. After he paid for my dinner, I was like...
After you went down in flames, he bought you dinner?
The guy definitely needs to have a very good vibe.
Savage,
for me
Jade. You're a savage. Savage woman.
It happens.
A guy...
That's the Native American in me.
Can you guys say that again?
What are you? You're Navajo, is it?
I'm Cherokee.
Cherokee, oh shit.
Can you guys say that again?
No.
Because I tried interjecting and it happened
okay.
again.
Just say what you have to say.
No, it's fine. You guys could continue. Okay. Unless you guys want my opinion, I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because this keeps happening.
Just
whatever
go
you
ahead
guys
and say it.
Whatever
you
you guys
say.
have to say, just say it.
That's you, Jocelyn. What do you want to say? Interject your point.
I just think that the guy definitely needs to have a very good vibe for me to even have any attraction towards him. Because I hate when they're, very creepy and they come off too strong. For sure.
What does coming off too strong or coming on too strong mean? What does that look like?
When they try to be obnoxious or when they try to, be all up in your space. For sure. That kind of does get a little uncomfortable.
Oh, they get in your personal space?
Yeah.
So, in a situation that you've been in, what happened? What did the guy do to turn you off?
So there was one time that I went out clubbing with some friends, and some dude was basically first he wanted to make it seem like we were dancing, and then he tried turning me around to try to grind on me, and for me that made me completely uncomfortable. Like, dude, I've only known you for like 5 minutes. Why are you trying to be a little sexual with me here?
What if it was Justin Bieber?
No, bro.
You wouldn't mind?
I don't even like Justin Bieber that way.
That was
okay.
Carol.
Name a handsome celebrity that you like.
I can't really think of any off the top of my head. Maybe
Just
Ryan
think of
Reynolds.
one.
I don't
I
know.
was gonna say Ryan Reynolds.
So if Ryan Reynolds comes up and wants to grind on you, you'd be like, hey.
He's too old for me.
You wouldn't pull his britches down and give him some mm-mm.
That's what he has Blake Lively for.
What if they had broken up? He's like, I just got divorced. I'm single and ready to mingle.
He's too old for me still. I don't care.
Whatever.
He's only like 40 something.
He's late 40s, I think. He's close to my age.
Who cares?
Okay, so name somebody who isn't too old.
Babooni.
What another actor that you think is
Maluma.
handsome?
Nah.
Maluma baby.
John Mayer?
Ew, he's
I've heard he's a jerk.
womanizer.
Yeah.
He's a womanizer, Corey. He's a misogynist.
What's
He
wrong with
sleeps
womanizer?
with everybody. He's a stud.
I'd choose Charlie Sheen over John
Oh,
Mayer.
I
no
bet you
way.
would.
No. Not
Actually, he
him.
has
That
AIDS.
tells us everything we need to know about Jade.
Actually, never mind. He has AIDS.
Charlie Sheenius,
I said I would choose Charlie Sheen over John Mayer.
even with AIDS.
I forgot he had AIDS, so never mind. He should have taken his Descovy.
His what?
Step up to prep up.
Step up to